Hey, wait.
No.
I want them to look at me too.
It's light. There, you're more in shadow.
I am more in shadow.
Yeah. Because I can't see me.
Halfway in shadow and
move
halfway in light.
There.
What is that from? Halfway.
I have no idea.
Mary Poppins, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah. They're halfway in shadow and halfway in light on the rooftops of London.
Welcome to Singing with Rich. This is the singing show.
I want to get my coffee.
Oh, good. Hi, I'm Ed. That was Rich. We're from Sparked Innovations, and this is our live show on Friday, which is kind of a chat type thing and ramble and talk. And
ramble.
Like that. So
rambling. I'm just a rambling guy.
I am the guy here that does stuff. Rich is another guy that does stuff here at Sparked Innovations.
Yep.
We have our website, sparkedinnovations.com. We have our Facebook. We do this on Facebook and YouTube at Sparked Innovations on both of them, and you can watch on either.
As much as you want.
Yes.
To your heart's content.
As much as you want. We'll probably go for half an hour, unless we have bad content. Then they'll kick us off the air.
Broccoli, celery, gotta be.
So we are doing singing
Tales.
today, and we could jump off the topic on Wednesday. Wednesday was kind of the word of the day type thing.
Yeah.
And that was fuse and fusing. We were talking about fuses. We can continue that, or we can talk about other things. And we can go to the chat.
Cauliflower, sweet and sour.
So
half an hour.
Can you sing about our sale? We still have the sale, right?
Yeah. You guys have just a little bit over a week left. All right. So it's the biggest discount that we've ever offered. It's 20%, up to 20% off, depending on what you spend. So the top tier, I believe, if you spend $500, you get 100 off. So now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
All right. Yeah. Lots of good stuff. We've had some sales rolling in and people calling, asking questions about electrical systems, which you can do too. And we'll give you products we offer at a great deal, plus the advice, service, expertise, and everything that we can offer along with that. Our dealers have stuff going on too, so always check them out. So let's see who's in with us today. We got Robert High Five Vega up in the house.
Hello, Robert.
Follow him. He's chatting here on YouTube, so if you see his name, you can probably click on there, go to his channel, subscribe.
But don't do it until after this.
Yeah. Or have it set. You can program it. It used to be able to. I don't know if you still
your
can,
face.
where it opens in a new window. Ty Donnie Crisp, Tom DeVito. What's going on, guys? So,
you build a dual 70 amp relay board custom. I mean, we can, but we're probably not going to. Custom work, like that kind of stuff. It's yeah. We barely do it for ourselves.
Our relay box right now is how many amps?
75 technically. I mean,
well, with the switched relays. So how about you message us? You can message the page. It looks like you're on Facebook. If you want to message Rich, talk about your application. We'll see what we have.
Yeah, the closest that we would have to that would be a total of 60 amps.
Yeah. And
that would be all 4 channels in a relay box. The 5th channel is a pass-through, so it's technically not a channel. It's not a switch channel. It's live all the time.
But you can link our relay boxes together, so you can have 2 60 amp.
Kirby.
Yeah. Kirby Woo. It's not Kirby Woo. But yeah, you can link 2 of our relay boxes together and do more and link various channels together to have different layouts. So if you let us know your application, we can help you out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's the custom part that we can't do. But as far as figuring out how to use what we already have, we're really good at that.
Right.
Yeah.
Any new products in development we can hear about?
The first part of that is yes. Second part of that, maybe not.
We've tried to better ourselves with letting cats out of bags. That's why I got this Band-Aid on my hand.
Yeah.
Tried to let the cat out of the bag. And
he got scratched.
Yeah. But mentioning things too soon has had adverse effects in a way.
We would do a pre-sale on Fanny and then a year later actually release the product.
Yeah, so it's getting hype up and people interested in wanting to buy it when it's not actually ready. Even if we said, hey, this isn't going to be ready for a long time, people will message right after the video wanting it. So, and it's great for them to want it but by the time we release it, they're either soured on it or they've moved on.
Yeah.
So it lets our competitors know what our next move in the chess game is.
Yeah. We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
So
y'all create Paul a bigger neck.
can we create Paul Jeez.
Remember that guy that got arrested?
Didn't he do a video with that skinny neck guy too?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing I don't know. Did he get arrested
They
or something?
became friends. I don't know.
And
He looked like a Cardassian. If you know what Star Trek, the Cardassians are.
Kim Kardashian.
No, it's a race called the Kim Kardashians.
Oh,
They have big necks. Like
Ah.
that. Yeah. What else can I finance an RBX lens?
sure.
Is
We have Klarna and Snap and Acima and Affirm. 4 different types.
yeah.
You can buy now and pay later. Same as cash financing. No credit check.
And Paul, if Facebook didn't like a comment, go on YouTube, and you can.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we should share the YouTube to our Facebook. We're just saying, hey, we're on YouTube, hoping people will just.
So wait,
Find
what happens? See, this has never happened to us. So what happens when
He was
Facebook-
bullying you.
Facebook doesn't like your insult? No, I mean, does it? Did you get a notification? Did someone report you? How does that work? Or are you just saying that Facebook in jest didn't like your comment?
I don't know.
I want to know because I see friends of mine getting banned, and I think it's kind of funny because it's unfamiliar to me. So
Mhm.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been banned yet. I do see people comment all the time that say, "Oh, I'm back from my 1-week ban or whatever."
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you saying that you're getting banned?
My credit score is lower than Paul Neck.
Jeez.
So you get a notification?
Yeah.
Wow. What do they say? Tisk tisk. We don't like what you said. Does the insult go through?
Is the notification an insult to you?
Yeah. Do they yell back at you?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Look here, no neck. Kirby's Explorer doesn't have a frame. That doesn't sound good.
It's a unibody. Isn't it?
Yeah, technically it would be. Most vehicles after the 70s were unibody. You're all too old to be getting banned from Facebook and wearing it as a badge of honor. Hey, do whatever, I guess. I could say I've never been banned from MySpace. That's a badge of honor, right? So, all right. If we want to have a topic, we were talking about fuses and fusing. And if anyone is chiming in here that came in on Wednesday, if you have anything to say about that, then say it. I mean, feel free to.
You just put up your Dukes?
Yeah. Say it. Come on.
Like some 30 style boxing.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Fighting Irish.
I know. It's a horrible way to fight.
No, if you want to hit yourself, it's excellent. Bring back MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was.
You know
awesome.
what? Actually, I would like to see that happen. That'd be fun.
Well, it did kind of make somewhat of a resurgence,
They
but it was
tried.
totally different. And then
It was
went away.
terrible.
Yeah.
Couldn't even find my profile. There was a picture of a guy, a USPS cardboard cutout, and it looked like me, and that was my profile picture. I was proud of it, and I tried to find it, and they deleted it, so I was sad.
You know who looks like you? I know I've showed you that they haven't seen it. Go watch the movie The Marine with John Cena. I believe it's John Cena, right? And there's a scene in a car repair shop or something like that, a chop shop. Rich is in that scene.
I'll have to go see it now.
I showed you once before, but it's only that one scene, and it's in a not great of a movie. But if you look, just check it out. Trust me. Are you looking it up now?
No. I'm sharing it to my page.
Okay. Don't be putting my secrets out. So we did talk about fuses. I wanted to mention something, the difference between fuses and circuit breakers, because I did see that question since Wednesday. Someone asked why not use circuit breakers? And you can. There's some drawbacks. One is kind of the form factor of them isn't as there's not as much available as far as terminals, the way that the blocks look and mount and everything that there are for fuse blocks. But also, speed and reproducibility. A circuit breaker, every time it pops,
I heard this. Yeah.
yeah, its ability to protect the circuit is diminished each time. So it wears out. It's based on springs in a mechanical mechanism that can get worn. A fuse is, well, it technically makes a mechanical break, but it's not based off of mechanical properties or action to function.
Well, yeah, the repeatability of the thickness of the metal, the amount of heat that's going through it, and at what point that melts or separates. That's predictable. That's repeatable. If you make it thicker, you make it wider, it's obviously going to take longer to heat up. Those have very accurate and repeatable properties.
And Hi-Fi Vegas says they suck for audio in his experience. And I would say for autos, they mostly, because they're fine in your house, right? But your house mostly, for the most part, is within a more defined and contained, or what would you say, consistent temperature and moisture and weather range, where a car might have slightly more extremes. So the temperature difference, especially if you mount a circuit breaker under the hood or something, you're going to get more exposure to heat, cold, moisture, more so than it would in a house. But also the vibration. Again, we're talking about a mechanism that relies on mechanical behavior. So vibration, impact, things like that over time can wear it down or just straight out break it. A fuse, not as easily will be damaged.
Hi, Keith.
Yeah, we got Keith on. Fuses are more reliable and compact. Yeah. And more versatile, I think, is kind of what I was trying to say in the beginning.
Kirby, unfortunately, you're going to have to get your fans from Paul. He has them. He has plenty, from what I understand, or at least 2 or 3. So go get your fans from him, because we don't have any.
Oh, did he ask that?
Yeah.
You're like 2, 3. Yeah.
Yep. Paul's got them. We are getting into production again. We have done some slow production. If you have kept up with a little bit of what we posted about the facility, we are nearing the end of the first main stage of all that. Yeah.
And there's little tidbits that kind of drag on, but we got some organization going on here. We just bought a new rolling tool cart thing and getting the machine shop. Decided that we're going to build some really nice shelves to store our acrylic instead of using shelves like this. Yeah, we're going to make it. Real Christian. Christian.
Oh, real Christian for Ed. Rich just smile and nod. Discuss fanny placement.
Place it near your amps. There you go.
Well, no, I can't talk about that. See, we're never stagnant with our products. So everything's always like in the next phase of development. And as we said earlier, it's like, at what point do we start mentioning that kind of stuff? We're not exactly at the point yet where we can start talking about it. But right now, fanny as is, the current comes off of the end of fanny. So if fanny is facing this way, the rightmost has the highest velocity, and that is good for going down the side of an amp along the heat sinks and cooling them down. And you could also place fanny slightly above the heat sink. So if, let's say, at the top of the heat sink is here, you might want to have fanny here. And so that channel of air that's about 1.5 inches wide, you want it right about there, and that will blow current of air over the amp through down all the heat sinks and evacuate that heat from fan or from the heat sink. The whole point of cooling is to remove heat. So you already have functional heat sinks with your amplifier. It's designed to not need a fan blowing on it. However, if heat builds up, you want to evacuate that heat. You don't need a whole lot of velocity to do that. So that's why we invented Speedy, which is a fan speed controller that works with all 12-volt fans, especially with fanny, and it'll allow you to dial that down a little bit. because you just need a stream of current, pulling that heat away, pushing that heat away, blowing that heat away, in order to be effective. So that'll cool your amp just fine. You don't need to have it going, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Can I use the fan for a house AC? Like, can I set the fan at 65 degrees? No, you cannot. There is no refrigerant, and it does not have a thermoelectric cooler inside of it. So there's no way to bring it below room temperature or environmental temperature.
No thermostat.
No. Sign up for Rich's OnlyFans when he keeps sending suggestive photos of his fanny. Well, you got to start somewhere. I mean...
Hey, we got Randy in the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, what's up?
Randy, we're showing some fanny stuff.
Yeah.
Show him my fanny.
He knows all about fannies.
Yeah. There we go. We actually took some effort into the airflow of fanny and to quiet noise, air turbulence, and whistle down from it. And we're always tweaking things. This is actually not the first version of fanny. It's been tweaked to be improved. That's what we did.
Can it cool off Paul deck?
There we go.
That's funny.
You guys are crazy. I don't know the dynamic there.
It seems playful and fun.
Yeah.
Seems like they like each other a lot.
Now I would go back to Kirby asked, can I use the fan for house AC? And Rich answered that, but you can use it in the house. So we have the power plug on the side that is a 12-volt barrel connector. And when you get fanny, it comes with a pigtail with, a bare positive and negative to hook up to a battery or relay box or whatever. However, if you had at least, I would say, 4 amp AC wall adapter for 4 amp, 12 volt DC output with that barrel connector, you can plug it in your house. So if you wanted to have it sit on your test bench or whatever and not have it run off of 12 volt batteries, you can plug it through what's called a wall wart because it sticks out like a wart, but a little power supply.
AC to DC power supply.
Yeah. So that is possible. And actually, I thought about procuring those and selling them as an accessory, but I don't think we did that. So the advice is just to look for a universal 12 volt, 4 amp or greater adapter. Yes, we do have some up there. Actually. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're 4 amps though.
Oh, yeah.
So until we can confirm, if there's a demand for it, we'll get those. And we do have a box of some somewhere that may work, so we can offer those if it's requested.
You demand. Yeah,
no one's demanded or requested them at all at this point. How much they run the fannies?
You ever think of showing your fanny off on YouTube when you grow up? Yeah, it's my dream. I'm living my dream. This is my best life, man. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want to. Come on.
Let's go back to here.
$110. Think dealers have them for $109, something like that.
Well, there's the sale going on. So that would be, what's the that's the usual.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the sale?
Off of that dollar amount, I believe it's $15. $15. Buckaroonies.
There you go.
So it's like kind of like 15% off, but not really.
Go to that. Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting, Paul.
All right. Showing that there. Kirby's yeah. What's your best selling product at the moment? May have been Speedy the past month or so.
Yeah. It was the relay box. Then it was Fanny. And Speedy's kind of catching up. So that's right now. Once it starts to warm up outside, I think Speedy and Fanny are going to be neck and neck. Get it?
Yeah. A consistent seller has always been our switch panels and switches. So as far as volume, switches in general, right? I think, yeah, the number of switches sold is well past 1,000. It's in the thousands right now across all, total just switches.
Paul, yes, that's okay. As long as the advertised price is not less than 20% off of map. So 20% off of map. That's the price you can display. And then the BOGO doesn't violate any of the...
Buy one, get one for twice as much.
There you go. See? Just it's a numbers thing.
Yeah. Just me said the chat is working up in YouTube.
All right. Finally.
Worth every penny. You guys really make amazing sandwiches. I mean, products. Rich is a cook now. He makes chicken with seasoning.
Yeah.
And I eat it. But I don't know
he's my taste tester. So I got like different recipes I want to try. And
Devin would be a good taste tester because he doesn't like anything, right? So if he ends up liking it, it's good.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, he's also a horrible taste tester because
he doesn't like
he likes mac and cheese and pizza, which is like cheese and sauce and bread, and then
does he like mac and cheese on pizza?
No, I've never tried it, but
I think that's something.
It's just like pasta and sauce and cheese and bread and starch.
See, my version of cooking is mixing the ketchup and mustard together to dip my nuggets in. My frozen Weaver chicken tenders.
So, Curry, what he meant by seasoning is I actually make a marinade. I use olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano, lemon, actually some dark brown sugar, and a little bit of A1 and some Worcestershire sauce, fresh garlic, and freshly squeezed lemon. In a bag, and let the chicken kind of sit in there for a while, and then throw it on the grill, and it's yummy, and it's the proportions of those ingredients that I'm playing with right now.
But that's what you do in cooking, you play around. And I know if Nathan Potter was here in the chat, he would share this story. The best chicken either of us had in our lives was 2000. The year was 2005, I believe. Yeah, because I was in my Ford Aerostar, and we were at the Steel Valley Regionals, which is in this little sliver of West Virginia outside Pittsburgh. That might have been the first. No, that's 2003. Was it before that? Was it in my horizon? No, I believe it was 2005. Anyway, this big show. It's at like a small casino resort type thing, and he and I did not have money for the hotel, so we were both sleeping in our cars parked next to each other. But there's another gentleman in a camper out there that had his car in the car show that was grilling some chicken. He invited us over and gave us some. To this day, both Nathan Potter and I say that's the best chicken ever in our entire lives. And the guy wouldn't like necessarily say everything, but we believe that it had to do with the amount of rosemary and thyme and something else he put on there, because it had. Oh, that's what
I also do freshly chopped rosemary.
It had flakes of it.
It's a sprig that I keep frozen or keep refrigerated so that it's fresh. I don't use it out of the canister.
Yeah, it was good. And the way it grilled, he must have used some sort of oil or something. It had like a crispiness to it. It was nice.
Rob, it's weird. I don't think Philly steaks from Pat's nor Gino's are tasty.
They're decent, but they definitely dropped in the past few years. When we were younger, like when I was 21 and we'd be hitting all the bars down there and stop there afterwards. And I used to live in walking distance to Gino's, just a couple blocks. They were decent, but since then they put on less meat and it's just not as good. It's changed. So if you want something that is still well known and good, I think Jim's on South Street was always pretty good. But then there's one that's not known near my current house, and that's called Mama's. And it is where they pack it full of meat. In Norristown, they do that with a lot of the cheesesteaks. It's not good. It's just a lot of meat. This one has a lot of meat, but it's also really good. So that's called Mama's, and it's in Bala Kenwood in my town. So I would suggest trying that at least. If you're in the heart of Philly, South Street has Jim's. Jim's is decent. It is one of the greasy ones, but it's decent. Paul said, I'm getting old. Yeah, I'll be 42 on Sunday. I am old. I've been competing since 1995. So there's very few people that have been around longer than I am that are still active in the industry and hobby. So yeah, back in the day. That's why the thread yesterday on Facebook, one of the groups, they were talking about who's ever sat in a 190 plus dB vehicle or whatever. Like, what was it? So I had to chime in there, and people say, yeah, I sat in a car doing 181 back in the late 90s. And I had to go on there, and there was no car doing 180. It wasn't until 2006 that 180 was broken. Anyway, Hi-Fi Vega is a grilling legend. So are we going over your house then?
Yep, we are.
Yeah. El Fuego's in the house now. We got any we missed up here? Puts walnuts in the walnuts.
I don't get the reference. Is that a thing? Do you put walnuts in potato salad?
I've heard, like, you see those memes and they say white people put raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
No, I don't like mixing salt and sweet together. Some people do.
And you know, a lot of the jokes comedians make about that stuff isn't necessarily a racial thing; it's a class thing. So when they say, "Yeah, black families do this," I relate to that because we did that. I also right now live again in walking distance to the Belmont Plateau, which is in the Fresh Prince summertime song, and they're going through and everyone's barbecuing and stuff. Philly people don't put raisins in their potato salad. It's like, yeah, it's not a race thing. It's maybe a regional thing. I don't know. People in the Midwest maybe do that. Minnesota. It sounds like Minnesota people do that.
Kirby likes mixing salt and sweet.
Yeah, we are Yankees, but I tell you, Philly is a food town. They got this place called another place. It's on South Street. And it's ribs, soul food, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's been voted like best in the country for years. And was it maybe 10 years ago, for the first time ever, a place in New York won Memphis in May, which is the big barbecue contest, and then a place in Philly won it just a couple years ago.
What's the one? It's like on 3rd and South. Alessandro's or D'Alessandro's or
There's D'Alessandro's.
Yeah, D'Alessandro's. I think it's the big giant slice of pizza. It's like this big.
Yeah. It's good, but I don't necessarily like the giant. Philly pizza is like New York pizza, right? Flat, greasy. You fold it if you need to.
A lot of cheese, yeah.
Yeah, which can fall off if you hold it wrong.
That's true. But you know what? So you said before how Gino's used to be good after bar hopping.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about having food after you've been drinking. So
yeah, Denny's late at night.
For me, that place was right across the street from the legendary Dobbs, which when I used to play in my band, right across the street after the show, that's where you went to get something to eat. And I would not drink before a show, but I would drink after. And so just as I'm starting to feel good, everybody's like, "Oh, let's go get something to eat," and we go across the street. And so pizza and beer, maybe there's a connection there.
Yeah. Pizza also, I found out, is good for road trips. Going up to Canada a lot. Pat and I went by ourselves once, and we just got a pizza in the back seat so we could eat it. You know, you don't want to eat all of it right away, but you want some food besides chips and candy bars and space it out. So you're on an 8-hour trip. You got a pizza in the back. It's actually pretty good.
Candy bars.
Got Colonel on the way. I wish there was more KFCs around here. KFC is also something that's more expensive than you realize. And I don't remember as a kid it being that expensive. But it's something like, yeah, let me go get some fast food. $18 later, you got a meal. Like, geez. And also, it's not healthy. You know. Still no, you still goosey.
Oh, no, you silly goose, I think is what you're trying to say.
Sofa pizza?
Sofa pizza. I think that's
you drop it in your couch and then find it again.
Yeah. I think maybe in college.
You know what? Wings are something that Philly is big on that gets overlooked. And I always wondered why one of my favorite fast food restaurants, Zaxby's, is only down south, because that would go over extremely well up here, because there is no fast food hot wings up here. like chain. There's the little like mom and pop type places like Fingers, Wings, and Things down on Ridge. You ever go there? They have fried Oreos too. It's totally not your style.
I was going to say, why would I go in there?
Well, as a kid, I thought maybe you did,
No.
or your parents, just to get wings for a game or something like that.
No.
Everything is expensive today. Well, I mean, in the past, like even 20 years, you know, fast food is not as cheap as you would think. There's no more dollar menu. I remember a dollar menu, but I remember 49-cent cheeseburgers and stuff. That hasn't been there for like 5-10 years probably. Philly pretzels are pretty damn good. Yeah, and the hard pretzel was invented Snyder's of Hanover outside Philly.
You know what?
Do you have a picture of Randy Speedy? I don't have a picture of it ready. Not here anyway.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Randy, but that could be something cool to show for next week. Maybe we'll get a slideshow of customer stuff, custom things we made and whatnot to put up there.
Oh, speaking of, yes, I was just going to mention that.
$1.25 tree.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Like 5 and below is now 6 and below.
They knew about inflation back in the 60s or whenever the hell they formed that name. They knew Dollar Tree wasn't going to be Dollar Tree for very long. It's so stupid. It's like,
I know. Well, you just make your stuff cheaper, I guess.
Paul's yelling at us.
To see a panel, let's see an RBX panel product, a switch panel or an RBX.
He keeps mixing up an RBX panel with a switch panel.
There are switch panels right behind us here. There's a box of wooden ones somewhere. Yeah. Oh, here's an RBX panel. This is the RBX 4CH with a light blue transparent top. And I have, which panels do I have here? This is for 2 SMD meters. I don't have the faceplate for it, do I? Here's that faceplate for one of them.
Here's the one for the 2. So.
Oh, hey, we have it in our manual with the rose gold mirror. I'll let you read the
penis power.
This was a drop, so we did this as a custom for a customer, and this one had a blemish on it, so we made 2, sent him the good one, and just had this one laying around. That is the rose gold mirror.
Discuss the pass-through on the relay box panel. Where is the relay box panel? Where did it go?
Over to your left shoulder. Make also David Monroe. Thank you, David Monroe. Okay. Discuss the pass-through.
Let's show you.
Pass-through is when Rich drinks too much coffee.
It goes right through me.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I'll smudge it up. That's syllable.
All right. 12 volt and ground. Okay. If you notice, there is a fuse right there. And if you can see can't really see the marking on there, but there's a line that goes from here down into that terminal. And what that is signifying is that you've got power that is constantly going from that terminal all the way down to that terminal. And it's going through this fuse. So it is fused at 15 amps. But these 2 terminals, it's like having distribution. So let's say you have a DSP that you want to trigger with one of the 4 channels that are switchable, but you also want to run power from it that's fused. You can use the positive and negative there, and then use a channel to control the remote wire.
Yeah. So it's more than a relay box. It's relay and distribution center. So you can have a post, you hook up the main power terminals to your battery ground and positive, and then you always have a terminal, a fuse terminal, to tap into power. You want to add something later and just need 12 volts to it. Now you have a terminal and a fuse. and a ground spot if you need a new ground post without having to strip back wire or get another ring terminal and
Looks like
run
a
wire.
talking relay box.
It is. We relay information about boxes. Boxes are sometimes cubical. They are rectilinear. And they are sometimes enclosed in some fashion. Hard to RBX4CH. All right, guys, we are over time, but we do appreciate, and we like, the Friday show being at 5 is good because it's Friday if we need to get some other stuff going. But Rich was wondering about switching to 6 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Yeah, what if we moved it back and put it at 6 Eastern time instead? Would that help any of you guys out? Would that be a more convenient time?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself having to struggle and rush to get to watch the video? Would you rather have more time?
Or do you miss it completely because you're at work or driving or pooping or whatever? Mm-hmm. Paul asked if you get some pink acrylic. Yes, we got.
Oh, yeah, we got the bubblegum stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff looks awesome.
Looks bubblegum on the opaque. Then we have pink transparent and pink mirror.
Pink mirror. Yep.
So, yeah.
And this was rose gold, so this is not the pink. It's like a rosy gold. But the pink is like nice and pink. As a matter of fact, we've got it.
Got high hopes.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be better. David Monroe says that would be better. Later, Rob. High five, I guess.
Bye, Rob.
Work second shift and having Friday off for now.
Paul made a good point.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. your time for all.
But that's almost your son's bedtime.
I know. It sucks.
There, share that.
So there we go. Pink mirror and pink transparent. The parent that's trans. And then and I'll show you guys what the pink looks like.
We have it on the switch panels. The bubble gum?
Yeah.
Does. I tried to chew it once and it did not work.
There we go. So there's the pink mirror.
Oh, we have the marble stuff.
So you got pink opaque, pink pearl, pink mirror. Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. So we can make some pink stuff, no problem. All right, let's wrap it up here.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. The talking head relay box. Anything we miss here? I don't know what that's. You guys crack us up. You're hilarious. And we appreciate you hanging out. This is Ed and Rich from Sparked Innovations. Mm-hmm. You can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube at Sparked Innovations. You can go to our website, sparkedinnovations.com. We still have till the end of the month to have our sale going on to capitalize on that because it's the most aggressive sale we've ever done. And our dealers, like Paul in the chat, are offering those great deals too.
Oh, I thought you were saying the dealers like Paul.
The dealers like Paul, like him as a dealer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
in kind as him.
Yes.
A partridge in a pear tree. Exactly. A partridge in a pear $1.25 tree.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Randy, for hanging out. And
Thanks,
you gave me a
guys.
good idea about sharing some custom things we did. On Wednesday, we'll try and do that. We'll discuss whether it's 5 or 6 o'clock beforehand and post about it. So keep a lookout.
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
Yes.
See you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you.